Oh, right. Red, black, Aristocrats. So, Aristocrats, what in the heck does that mean? So, Aristocrats is magic jargon for a deck that's interested in getting value from sacrificing its own things. So, in Standard, right now, Priest of the Forgotten God is one of the key cards in Aristocrat-style decks. In addition to Priest, we also have Witch's Oven to sacrifice things for value with the Cat Oven package. This list is leveraging first the Locthwain here, which is another card that sacrifices our things for value. And then we've got a small red splash in this mostly black deck for Mayhem Devil, Stormfist Crusader, and then some Claim the Firstborn here as well. Let's go ahead and dive on into some match with this. It's been a hot second since we played an Aristocrat-style deck in Standard. Interested to see how this configuration does. Claim is good against both Hydroid Krasis and other aggressive decks. So like Black Red Knights has been running around. Sure. Have we played Mardoom Food on stream? We have not. Fisher, thanks for the quarter view. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Merry Christmas to you too. My opponent is playing Nexus and Historic with full control mode on permanently. Brutal. Life's too short. Pack it in. Tap out. I think we're fetching red here. Fenlurker. Yup. So we're playing like something Grixis? Probably something a little bit more mid-rangey, if I had to venture a guess. Got our castle in play here at least, so if we draw another brick next turn, we get some card advantage going that way. Do I personally use ad blockers? Yeah, ads suck. Anyone I consume content from anyone that I consume a reasonable amount of content from, I just give money to. And I kid you not, if you consume content regularly from someone and you donate $1 a month to that person, that is more money than they will get from you watching adverts on their channel. So the amount of money you have to donate to someone whose content you enjoy to like not feel bad about ad blocking is very tiny. All right, I don't really know what this opponent is doing. Apparently neither do they. Deal. Maybe real life came up. Very, very possible real life came up. Stuff happens. Sure. Pretty close to our hand last game. Fabled Passage looking a little bit awkward. This card's pretty necessary to facilitate the red splash, but definitely kind of sucks as one of our first 3 lands. Perfect. Trade Z's. Nope. Hey, Bowser Koopa, thanks for the 27 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So they can bring their cat back and draw a card next turn with Trail, but then they're going to take a damage from Mayhem Devil, so it seems pretty okay for us. They can also alternatively bring the cat back in response to the Mayhem Devil here, but then they don't draw a card with Trail. So pretty okay with either of those outcomes. No land here is great for us, obviously. Massacre Girl is a card I have to keep on my mind. It's one of their best catch-up cards. So when they eat this food to keep their wolf alive, I get to kill the Paradise Druid. This seems like a fine exchange for us. Hoping to draw a black source here so we can drop the Locthwain down. Swing and a miss. That's a good pickup because it insulates us from a Massacre Girl a little bit. Second Wicked Wolf, deal. Claim the Firstborn, looking a little awkward here. Think about just doing this and drawing some cards. I think I'm kind of into it. You know what? I could have claimed this and given it haste. Maybe that was the line. Yeah, Christy and I finally got a shelving unit together for our massive collection of board games, so that got put up over the weekend. Or if they're gonna bake this here. Yeah, it makes sense. Another oven's pretty good here. Ooh, that's really good. No! God, this fucking auto tapper. It's unreal, chat. Just, it's so frustrating that I have to retrain myself, which is how everything in this application works. So, I was going to claim my priest and activate it and kill them. But, like, you know, here we are. Like, it's unreal how bad it is. Just completely unacceptable. It worked really well at one point. Yeah, we're probably still gonna win the game. It's just real frustrating. It's just like, even in situations like this, that should be impossible to get wrong, they get so incredibly wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and bake this and bring it back real quick here. I think it actually just doesn't ever like to tap the castles, Bob. I'm pretty sure most of the issues are because of the castles. I'm pretty sure it just like doesn't even consider. I'm pretty sure it just like doesn't even consider the castles as something that it should be using ever. So, Bedevil sounds great for killing their ovens. Claim the Firstborn sounds okay. Maybe this is a Cavalier Knight matchup? Probably not. I don't think this is a Grasp matchup. I think that's more for... They were just green-black oven, right? I'm not misremembering any of their cards. Maybe 4 Claim is too many if they don't have Mayhem Devil. That's probably the case. Let's trim the Reavers for an extra Claim and then some Bedevils. Yeah, the fact that it considers leaving up the castles when you can't activate them is a pretty big miss. It's also something that shouldn't be difficult to fix. I can't imagine, like, I struggle to imagine a code base where that's difficult to fix. But, you know, maybe it is. It's hard to know without looking at it yourself. Sure. It's not a bug, it's a released ready feature, so you get it. I really like this card. I need to end up testing the Knights deck, because I feel like whatever I end up playing next month for their event is probably going to feature this card. This card's super powerful, and just like everything I played it in, that's aggressive. Real bad mid-range and control decks, but real good in aggro. Do they not have a third land? Alright, probably did. Listen, Rogue, I'm gonna pretend that Arena is not the same spaghetti mess that Magic Online is. I wanna believe, okay? I wanna believe. Also, like, that's a code base that's easy to imagine why that works that way, right? Like from an imagination perspective. I promise it isn't. Yeah, you're probably right. Alright, so they get to eat the cat, bring it back, draw a land, is what they're looking to do here. Next turn I get to go fetch Swamp, play Locthwain, play Gutterbones. Draw 3 cards. Hit them for 6. Yeah, I imagine the auto tapper is hard to write. I would assume it's not trivial, but I also feel like based on how good it was in previous seasons, that any issues it has right now have to be from neglect and not from this is something we're not capable of doing. Like, the feature worked so well for so long. Yeah, the frustration isn't at its lack of success, it's that I have to retrain myself. I have to retrain myself, because it used to be so trustable. Like, the cases that, like, it now trips up, it used to be like, oh, this is always gonna work. My sense of trust has been destroyed. I mean, for people that are bringing up random colorless lands, your random colorless lands are very fundamentally different than, like, the situation we saw last game, where, like, its option was leave up 1 black or leave up 1 red, and I had a 1 red mana card in my hand and no 1 mana black cards. Like, it's very straightforward. Yeah, that's definitely what it seems like, Bob. Yeah, that's another thing too. Now that it's had issues, it's going to be extra hard to convince people that this is something they're supposed to be trusting again. I don't understand why people play these green-black decks. Put Mayhem Devil in your deck. Put Mayhem Devil in your deck. Why are there not Mayhem Devils in your deck? Please explain. I'm not attacking with this because they'll trade and they'll have another way to eat a food for cheap, so go. This game was a good example of generating card advantage by killing your opponent with cards in their hand. Yeah, sure. Why not? So, you're dead. Attack with my menace creatures. What are we doing here, opponent? What are we doing? There really isn't a wrong way to eat this, Risa, son of Sam. There really isn't a wrong way to eat this, Risa. Yeah, the Stormfist Crusader having menace is real good. Alright, chat. This is the final boss. Do we get to Mythic this season? Can we do it? I believe. Listen, Marty, we all know that this match is worth significantly less than a burrito. Don't insult the idea of a burrito match by implying that the difference between Diamond 1 and Mythic is worth a burrito. This match is worth $1 American, kinda, because that's not even like a Taco Bell burrito. It's worth $1 worth of store credit that I'm not even out. If I lose this match, I get another chance at that dollar worth of store credit later. It's comical how poor the prizes are on Arena compared to other stuff. It's like 6 Jack in the Box taco. It's a taco on Taco Tuesday. Alright, you got a cat in an oven. We're just waiting on a red mana here, huh? Just mess them up. Is that a good one, chat? Is that a good one? I think I want to deploy Locthwain first here, so I can start using her ability next turn. I played the Blood Crypt here instead of the Swamp because if I draw Fabled Passage next turn, I want to be able to play Fabled Passage after Mayhem Devil and get a point in. Alright, you have a Devil of your own? Okay. This is the punish for playing her instead of this. So you get to kill my 1/1 now. That's fine. I think I'd rather have the food than the 1/1. Was that a good draw, chat? What do you think? And then I get to cook their devil and draw a card? To take this ugly non-foil card and throw it in the garbage? Alright, Beanstalk Giant likely implies that they're playing, what's his name's build? The build from... Canister's build, yep. Why did I shock in that Blood Crypt? That wasn't necessary, huh? To assert dominance? Yeah, maybe. Nah, I think I'm playing this other oven out, right? I think I shouldn't have sacked that in. I should have just played the other oven out. I think I'm down 2 points of life here in a place where it could definitely matter. You're trying to think of a food that costs $1 to compare to this match to distract you from what's going on. Ain't that the truth? Do I want to eat this Lazotep Reaper? I think I might. That's probably something I'm into. I played a little bit of it off-stream, Lifebane Tom, and it felt pretty reasonable. The mana at least felt good. Alright, I think I'm going to shoot down these Cauldron Familiars. So that way I can get in for 6 here. Marty can suck it. Thanks for the bits, Bob. So we're losing life on these things coming back, but it's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and sack this and shoot this. They have a Murderous Rider here, which can kill my Mayhem Devil. But that's not really too big of a deal because I get to eat it with the Witch's Oven, so they won't get the spell back off of it. It gives me another food to buffer my life total from these cats. Usually being the lower to the ground deck in matchups like this tends to be bad, but this doesn't feel terrible so far. He set a low bar, quick jump before anyone notices. Thanks for the biddies, Marty. Oh, I got an emote too? I got a reindeer. I think they're dead this turn, right? With the 2 foods and the Fabled Passage, I can cut through cat blockers here. So they're just dead, right? I sack 2 food in a Fabled Passage and they die. Pioneer approach in the queue sounds good, Bob. Because if they try and bring back cats, those cats deal damage to them when they sack the food. You're welcome. Thanks, Marty. So they... Oh, wait, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. I punted. They put me in a position to punt and I punted. Now they can gain a life. Oh, we drew a cat. Never mind. I really like that this is a no justice stream. So the fact that I sacrificed the devil means they can go to 1 here. It means they can go to 2 actually, right? But this deals 2. So shouldn't have sacrificed the Mayhem Devil. There was no reason to do that. They were gonna die. But thankfully, my deck is busted. This is how you can tell if your deck's good, chat. If your deck's good, you win in spite of yourself. Totally reasonable. Thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful holiday wherever you're at. It's the way I'm winning here means we drew more cards, so it's strictly correct. Don't get in trouble, Bob. Don't do it. Hey, Mr. Mark the Shark, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. El Gato Tremendo, thanks for the 1/3 of a year. All right, so do I want Lava Coil in this matchup too? I might want Bedevil. Priest of the Forgotten Gods is probably bad in this matchup, huh? Reaver's probably a little bit medium too. How controlling is too controlling? Maybe I leave one of these. Does Cavalier not just get chumped by cats? So the Cavalier is good in this matchup, not because it attacks, but because this matchup is 100% centered around who gets to keep Mayhem Devil in play. And this not only kills their Mayhem Devil, but it rebuys our Mayhem Devil. So it helps keep the most important card off their side of the battlefield and on ours. I agree with the assessment that it's not good at attacking, though. I think that is accurate. All right, these claims are good if we can find some way to eat stuff. Going up to 4 claims. Going up to 4 claims and boarding out Priest might be wrong. That might be something incorrect to do. I definitely just did that. Yeah, I have 1 priest, and I'll have to look at how he boarded. Maybe Gutterbones is just wrong. I missed a point of damage. I don't want to double up on my mistake, though. I think it's right to take the goose out of play here. Hey, thanks for the 9 months, Macabre. Welcome back. Their oven makes our claims a little bit worse. They're still, like, lightning bolts for their Mayhem Devils, though, so hard to complain too much. They can also haste one of our things. Yup. Eating a land rather than a food? Bold. Alright, so since I'm not going to be attacking with the cat next turn anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wait to bring it back, because if I draw a land, Mayhem Devil will let us deal an extra point of damage. How about a 5-drop? Feels Hoaglandia, man. That's aggressive. I guess they have this here. Let's just kill us rather quickly. Claim is converted mana cost 3 or less, Bob. Otherwise, we'd have grabbed him and gobbled him up. Alright, and now, since they're not going to be blocking, I'm going to bring it back right away because I can attack with it. Okay, I get the rules now. It's unfortunate we can't, like, put these together to claim him. Feels magic, man. Feels magic, man. Ooh, claims over devils, yep. I think we're dead now because they get to eat their devil in response to me trying to take it, and the Corval's just gonna kill us too quickly. Oh, they have Love-Struck Beast in their deck too. Yeah, Claim the Firstborn is great. Man, I don't know what I want to do. Let's try this. All right, chat. This is game 3 for all the marbles. Results based thinking the sideboard dictates less. To be fair, boarding in Priest is kind of a way to make mana, right? So Priest could theoretically get us to those 5s a little sooner. Man, I really hope we don't make it back to the ranked floor this season. That would be a little embarrassing. Thanks for 11 months, Moldylocks. Not quite. Close, though. Alright, so we're hoping to draw something we can use. We're hoping to draw a Gutterbones or like a cat next turn, so that way we can claim something and then sack the other thing with it to this priest. Awkward. So I get to just get card advantage going with the goose here. Castle is less good than the card I wanted, I think. Yeah. If they have a black source here, this game's probably over. It's a tough to catch back up from here. Our deck's smaller than theirs, so like we need to try and get under them, and this Trail of Crumbs is gonna like win the long game pretty handily. It's very possible I should have probably boarded wrong here. Maybe I'm just not supposed to board out the Stormfist Crusaders. And the Cavalier plan is bad. Yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know that it really would have helped this game, but in general, I'm not sure we can position to grind here. I do think there's a chance, one of the reasons why I haven't really worked on this deck is I do think there's a chance that, like, this deck's probably just worse the slightly bigger oven decks. It's probably better to just be able to grind as the games go along. Yeah, their ovens make our claims worse too, for sure. No, not at all, Tower Knight. In fact, Oko without Veil of Summer, when you know you can just kill it after it makes a food, like, really isn't that big of a deal. I'm pretty firmly in the camp at this point that Oko is banned for things that Nissa actually was doing. Yeah. I think this current standard format is, like, fine, but I also think it's, like, the second best of the three formats. Like, I wouldn't call this format bad, but I think it's less enjoyable than what the format was before they banned anything. I really wish I could exist in a world where that first format existed, but without Once Upon a Time and without Veil of Summer, and just, like, see how things work. I hope we get to a point where they let us see that in Historic. I hope they are going to use these suspensions to actually make them temporary. Okay. If Cavalier Knight's gonna be good anywhere. I'd be very surprised if Wizard of the Coast is gonna print good land destruction. The problem is that good land destruction makes for bad games of Magic. Yeah, I agree, Tower Knight. I hope we see those things addressed in those formats. I definitely think Field is a better bad guy than Blue-White Control to set a low bar. I think having Blue-White Control be the bad guy is a real letdown. I think it's both, Bob. I think they both suck. I think both of those cards take one of the interesting parts about playing control mirrors and remove them. I'm gonna eat this and get my Mayhem Devil back, I think. Yeah, Trophy and Field of Ruin are great. But, like, Historic already has Field of Ruin. Yeah, Narset's another prison element. For sure. Very similar effects. Alright. Kill your Lovestruck Beast. Trigger, kill your 1/1. Good land destruction is worse. Land destruction creates more non-games. So the problem here is they're gonna get to start eating these food and using the Trail of Crumbs. Yeah, Narset at least doesn't impact the board. So I do think she's a lot less offensive than Teferi. The fact that Teferi impacts the board and replaces itself with a card is a big deal. I like Tectonic Edge, especially holding Purd and using it multiples. Yeah, good land destruction is miserable. Tectonic Edge is too good. Land destruction like Tectonic Edge takes the type of natural variance Magic already has and increases it in a way that's not pleasant, in my opinion. I'm gonna kill their 1/1 here just so this Lovestruck Beast can't get frisky. Do we start stacking triggers to kill geese here? Maybe. I do have food I can eat myself. Maybe that's a good suggestion. I don't know. They kind of have plenty of food. I guess if I kill the geese, they have to start paying 3 mana to, like, eat the food and use the trail. Sure. This card closes really quickly. That's a bold shock. They draw a removal spell. Doing a run of tokens we can buy. I have tokens that I can sell, yep. I have tokens that I have the Jester art image, that's my logo on them. We had a storefront up for them once upon a time, but the amount it cost me to pay for a storefront was not proportional to the amount of revenue. How do you get these tokens? Send me a PayPal donation for some dollars. Send me a DM later, I can give you an amount. The amount depends on whether or not you're outside the United States, because international shipping is more expensive. Glossicac, thanks for the quarter of a year, I appreciate that. Welcome back, thanks for keeping me around. I feel like we probably can't win from here, right? Is there really no one that does that service for a cut? Not any ones that are like really reasonable storefronts, Bob. Discord DM is preferred. I suppose I could find another Mayhem Devil in our next couple of draws here. We could be okay. The fact that they haven't just gained 3 from any of these food feels pretty loose. I feel like they're giving us a window to get back into this game by not gaining 3 life. Yeah. Yeah, Bob. Trail's really good. The Jund Oven deck is great. I feel like there's just like not a super compelling reason to be like playing this non-grindy build. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a card here. We're looking for our own Mayhem Devil. Well, if they're silly enough to use this Witch's Oven, we could kill them. So we're going down to, this is 10, 11. We're going to 4. So if I draw Mayhem Devil, can I kill them? Doesn't matter, huh? Feels bad, man. Hey, we're dead here. Maybe they mess up. One, claim is a sorcery, so you can't claim in response. 2, sacrificing something to the oven is the activation cost, not part of the trigger resolving, so you can't respond to them sacrificing anything to the oven. The sacrifice is part of them putting the oven activation on the stack. Feel like too many green cards, got draw cards slapped on them. Yeah, there's a lot of green cards to generate card advantage. Or draw adjacent, right? Like Trail of Crumbs technically isn't drawing, but it's drawing. That's a good thought. I could red cap the goose and try to do some mistake. I think you're correct from a make them mess up standpoint. Your line is better. Did not give them the opportunity to make a mistake. According to R&D, green can do anything as long as it's related to a creature. Rude. It's a really good start. Really want to see a Mayhem Devil here so we can clean their board out. Hopefully they just go land Lovestruck Beast here. If they go land Lovestruck Beast, I think I'm going to go Midnight Reaper, draw 5 cards is my plan. Because, I mean, really, who doesn't want to draw 5 cards? I don't know if this deck is good, but doing that is incredibly satisfying. Is all I've got to say. That sequence feels real good. And next turn we get to go Devil, crack the passage. Just get you. Play Gutterbones, activate Priest. Just triggers as far as the eye can see. If they don't pass with removal up, if they don't kill both of these or pass with removal up for Devil, we're just gonna like obliterate their board. Are they just dead? I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna kill their entire board here, huh? Maybe this deck is fine if we can figure out the Jund matchup. You probably stand to figure out the Jund matchup with this deck. I feel happy. I think we could have killed them, but this... Listen, if you think I stopped to count if I could kill them instead of drawing all of these cards, you'd be very wrong. Definitely did not stop to figure out if we could kill them. I did 4 points of damage to their creatures, right? So I definitely could have killed them there. We definitely could have killed them. It's okay though. I promise you that my line was more fun. We killed a creature that couldn't block too. I just wanted to draw as many cards as possible, okay? Listen, don't judge me. Save your judgment for someone who cares. Is this a Stormfist Crusader matchup on the draw? Probably not. Trim a couple of Midnight Reapers too, in case they're a little bit aggressive. Let's like bring in more removal spells and claims. Sounds good. A clear board is a happy board. Listen, we needed winning. Just winning wasn't good enough. That turn was about sending a message, chat. Oh, all the hands with that many spells always look so good. Easy bottom on oven here. Not easy, but I think it's the bottom. Ah, yes. My basic Mountain First of the Locthwain deck. Man, I wonder what our devotion... I'm excited to see what devotion to black payoffs we get in the next set. If we get a solid devotion to black payoff, this card's gonna mess people up. Hope we get Gary. Gary would be a top end. Or CMC half Gary. Yeah, I think I'd be in for that. Alright, so Priest is now a 1/2 that gets sacrificed to Arya. Ayara, not Arya. Black Source is a good draw there. Don't pretend you care how things are pronounced. Yeah, that's fair. Fair take. Fair take, don't care. Ooh. I think I'd rather draw an extra card than deal a damage to one of these. It's gonna come as a shock to many of you, I'm sure. I'd rather draw the extra card. All right, let's draw an untapped land next turn. Our opponent's got huge tracts of land. Yeah, quite possibly top 10 hammer. I don't know if he's a 4 of, but like probably 2 to 3, because he is legendary, right? 2 to 3 is probably an easy call. What if let's eat this, shoot the Lovestruck Beast, and then probably Lava Coil it? Seems pretty reasonable. Sick. Hey, Twerkulator. Thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. The sweet thing about this board, too, is even if they rip a Massacre Girl, the Midnight Reaper means it's not a big deal. Yeah, the Priests of the Forgotten Gods are locked down by Spyglass. Okay, like, you know, this feels bad, but I get to draw 5 cards. So, like, I'm at 21 with a full grip. Oh. Gosh. Listen, chat, if this is wrong, then I have no desire to be right. That's all I'm saying. If this is wrong, then I have no desire to be right. We should go back to the drawing board and think about the Jund Oven matchup after this. That's incredibly rude, opponent. That is incredibly rude. Well, I can't bake Massacre Girl. I can bake this Lovestruck Beast, though. Are they dead? I think they're dead, right? So I get to Lava Coil this, claim the Firstborn Lovestruck Beast, bring the Cauldron Familiar into play, attack them for 5 down to 2, and then sack the Lovestruck Beast for 2 food, bring back these Cauldron Familiars. Remember that time they wrathed us 2 turns in a row and then they died anyways? Pepperidge Farm remembers. It's good. Good, clean Exaxes. Alright, so where are we at? Okay, I think this Cavalier plan was bad. That did not feel good. I feel like Redcap Melee is probably not good enough. Claim the Firstborn feels like enough ways to kill their Mayhem Devils for 1. So how do I want to board? And this is a good way to think about deck building and tuning. You want to be thinking about your board plans in between, like before you actually play the game. So like, how do I want to attack the Jund matchups? Yeah, do I maybe want an Active Treason? I don't know. Is Active Treason even that good, though? Like, they so frequently have Oven in play. Yeah, I should probably copy it. That's a good idea. All right. So, I think I can cut Lazotep Reaver. I think that's like the easy trim. Based on the sideboard, I kind of want the claims in my deck, and I probably want the Bedevils, right? So like this is 61. So like, are there? Do I want the claims? Maybe I should just try and approach the matchup from the point of staying small. Maybe that's just what I'm interested in doing. Because, like, I'm looking at these cards here, and I kind of feel like... trying to grind them out probably isn't very good. I feel like their trail and the way they gain life is probably just more than I can deal with. The problem with Blaststone is it kills my own Oven. I took your survey, and I forgot to add a note. Not sure if it's reasonable, but I'd rather see Standard go than Modern to make room for Pioneer. That's not an option, the Satchel Man. So basically, in my stream each week, I have a particular amount of time slotted out to make Moto content and to make Arena content. So any extra, so basically Pioneer and Modern directly compete, and Historic and Standard directly compete. So the problem with that, Marty, is that Mayhem Devil, if Mayhem Devil stays in play, we're winning the game regardless, I think. So, like, playing a card that's only good with Mayhem Devil, I think, is not great. It could just be that I want some Rankles in my 75. Like, I'm not completely convinced... that, like, Lazotep Reaver is fantastic. This build's on 0 Rankles right now, which could be wrong. Like, there could definitely be a world where I, like, do this as far as the main deck is concerned. I think that's fine. Yeah, Lazotep might not be necessary with Gutterbones and Claim. Might just, like, have enough food for this on average. And then, like, maybe if the plan against them is to attack rather than grind, maybe I just, like, trim some Midnight Reapers against them and, like, bring in some Bedevils to, like, kill their stuff as I go. Thanks for the sub, Gifty Marty. I don't actually really know what I want in the sideboard at this point. Some Disfigure for the aggro matchup. And probably leave Redcap in there for the night matchup, perhaps. Maybe Tibalt could be good too. Spyglass does not stop food, no. Alright, let's try this. Let's play 1 or 2 more, and we'll call it a day. For all the pennies on the floor, pick up the loose change. Easy mulligan here. In. Yeah, I think Arya's good in other places, though, Bob. Maybe it is right that I just want to drag my curve down overall, though. Like, there could be a strong argument for, like, going down to 2 of her. Or you want to put knights in the board? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that could be okay. I could also see, like, splitting her 2 and 2 in the main. Oh, this is a matchup I probably should have been thinking of when building the board. This matchup's probably hard. This deck really eats it to Clarion. Yeah, I bet the Fires matchup isn't very good for us. I did add 2 Tibalt. Tibalt's probably great here.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
That's true. We do have Reaper.
Might be a bad idea.
Huh? So do I think I want to just get this going? This lets me put the oven back down here too as well. It might be right to just deploy this though and like try and get her activating. Yep. Yep. Well, she was right last turn. Is it better to do this though, so that way I can activate this in the event that they have? I think it's better to do these two rather than her. As a silent watcher in the corner most of the time, I'd like to point out that shillings are currently mostly irrelevant to non-subs. That's too bad for them. Sucks for them. Again, they can technically still bump decks. If they considered the pro move of subbing, there you go. That is, and listen, it wouldn't be peak Twitch chat, peak people if we weren't complaining about something that's free, right, Namichill? It's about how that goes. So if I play this, I can sack this, bring it back, doesn't do much. I think I start on this. I mean, at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody that's watching, but I also understand that, like, prioritizing my mental health is important. I am happier when, if people feel the need to spit vitriol at me, they're required to pay me before they spit vitriol at me. All right, so they're at 19. Wait, they just gave this haste. Well, that's sweet. So bringing back this now versus later is like the same, right? As well. Candy's a giver. Yep. Group hug. I guess if I don't plan to attack with it, bringing it back later is different. So they're going to gain some life in response here, I assume. Absian Hero got pushed off of today's stream by a Cut the Line donation, so you did not miss it. So I'm taking 13 next turn, so I'm actually not dead, huh? Right? So I get to sack this, bring it back. Oh, we can kill the giant, can't we? Good call. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay, so if they have a bad draw, we can kill the, we can oh, well, that's great. Okay, so they can gain 5 again next turn. And they get a scry. But we do have a chip and a chair here. Chip and a chair, and we're halfway there. Well, that I assume means we're dead. Okay, I'm not dead yet. We will be soon, though. Need to have... Yeah, double cav probably incoming. Two threats here kills us. That one's pretty good. The old gain infinite. Is that the third Clarion that game? It is. Brutal. Yeah. Yeah, I think this matchup's bad enough that I probably won't work on this deck anymore. I think this deck struggles against the trail decks. And I'd actually, when we were talking about what this struggled against earlier, I'd actually forgotten the deck that our current opponent is playing was a deck. Which is one of the better decks in the format. I just haven't been playing a ton of standards, so it slipped my mind, but... I think this matchup is pretty close to impossible with a low to the ground deck like this. You need to have big threats like Rotting Regisaur to be able to crunch through this Jeskai deck as an aggro deck, and we just don't have that. Between their ability to sweep our board and their ability to randomly close out quickly, it's just a real challenge for this style of deck that we're playing. Do you have a favorite Pioneer deck these days? Still Blue-Red Eldrazi. Deck's great. Long live Elder Deep Fiend. Three scries to the top, eh? Do you have a favorite Historic deck? Are you holding out? They banned the 2 decks I liked in Historic, Marty. I've been enjoying Historic gameplay in general, but I definitely don't have, like, a deck that's really clicked for me. The start's pretty good for us. You get to Rankle him here. Clarion me, daddy. Never not, huh? Alright, so this puts them down to 10. Next turn we're attacking for 5, basically. So we're gonna put them to 5 with this attack, so make us both draw. Okay. This is sitting here draining them every turn, which is nice. Midnight Reaper is going to let us start drawing cards off of this interaction, which is great. Yeah, I think if we see Theros release, and if Theros releases and they don't do anything useful with the suspended cards in Historic, then suspension probably just means banned. There might be a shot that that's not the case, but I didn't count, but I assume this is lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is lethal by holding full control rate. Alright, well, we beat turn 3 Clarion on the play that game, so that's nice. To try and win on the draw. We're back to our 1 game away from Mythic for the second time today. And cross our fingers, clench our butt cheeks, and hope for the best. Oven plus Devil's real good. Oven, cat, devil. Hey, Vania, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Yes, we were on the play. Magic's easier when you're on the play. Just as a general reminder as we get ready to be done for the day, subscribers out there, if you didn't fill out the Twitch sub survey that I sent out over the weekend, you should make sure you do that. If you don't see it in your email or your spam filter, you should join the subscriber Discord and get a link to it there. Big shout out to the 598 subs who have already taken the time to do that. I mean, to be fair, this deck is pretty close to mono black. Very, very small red splash. Gutterbones actually a great draw. I can start attacking for 2-on-2. Next turn we'll probably Duress plus Familiar, so we can try and dodge the Clarion. Brutal. Huh? You know, with that, I'm actually just going to go cat here. They want to Clarion these two, they can Clarion these two. I am planning to take tomorrow and Wednesday off during the day. I will be back on Thursday and Friday. Hopefully this clears any removal. We really don't want to see Bone Crusher Giant here. Okay. I think we just do that so their Sphinx isn't a good play. Nice. The week of New Year's, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of streams. So I'm gonna do some overtime then. Really? Deal? You know, playing this out was wrong, because I was thinking this insulates me from Clarion, but it doesn't, right? Because they have Justice Strike. So, like, if they strike me and then Clarion me, I still don't do anything. I definitely should have just picked up and played Gutterbones there. Okay, looks like it's not going to matter. Go ahead and fetch this and play the oven here. Is this it, chat? Are you about to sneak into Mythic? Feels like we're about to sneak into Mythic. Yeah, Priest is definitely a good card. For sure. Just gotta believe, chat. Just gotta believe. I do think this matchup is bad for us. We definitely can get a little bit fortunate to win. Although that's pretty good for the opponent here. Actually stabilizes the entire board for them. What do we want? Rankle is lethal. So, got punished here for playing the oven out into the disenchant. That's a lethal. That's a lethal. Do but do Magic is easy, just draw what you want. Yep. Yeah, not playing Rankle in here is probably a mistake. It's probably even right to be on up to 3 of them. I don't know how I feel. The Ayara was like, okay. It might just be, so like, one of the decisions I kind of had to make when building this deck was something that I wanted to try with this build was, in other builds of Black-Red Aristocrats, we've played Chandra Acolyte of Flame, and I wanted to try this to see if it felt better, but honestly, after playing those games, I know we won more than we lost, but I kind of think being skewed heavier black for this probably just wasn't worth it. I feel like I'd probably rather just be on Acolyte of Flames after playing those games. I think if I were to explore more lower to the ground cat oven decks in this format, I would. Rather than do this, I would play Chandra and maybe more Rankle here. Midnight Reaper was very reasonable in the games that we play. I think Midnight Reaper plus Gutterbones, Midnight Reaper plus Oven Cat was very reasonable. But I think I definitely missed my Acolyte of Flames. That being said, overall, I'm not certain that, like, this lower to the ground oven deck is ideal compared to the bigger ones. I think moving into the event next month that I would like to kind of do well in, this Mardoom food is one that I want to work on, this Abzan Doom deck basically with Mayhem Devil Splash, and then I think just traditional... do I have Jund food here? I thought there was a Jund. Yeah, the more traditional Jund oven deck is one that I like too. I was a fan of playing a bunch of Cavaliers in the main deck, so you can just have more Mayhem Devils than your opponents a lot of the time. So I think this, as well as the 4-color deck, are going to be the two that I'm going to be working on for that event next month. Any rate, that's going to be it for me for today, folks. I'll catch you all around later. I'm going to hit one more ad roll before I sign off. I'm likely going to be off tomorrow and Wednesday. If I do sneak on, it's not going to be until late in the evening, until after the kids go to bed. I will be back for sure on Thursday and Friday. As always, my minimum schedule can be found on my website here. Remember, if you're a sub, take a second to do that sub survey, and I'll catch y'all around later. Enjoy your holiday, folks.